They call this city the Little Mecca of China. Deep in the northern part of China, in the Gansu Province, it's one of the most religious Muslim places in the world. In a region roughly the size of the Chicago metro, there are over 2,000 mosques. That's about one mosque every 1.5 square miles. Being as this is a relatively isolated community that doesn't get very many outside visitors, their culture has remained more or less unchanged for the past few hundred years. From the way people dress here to the mystical sects of Islam they practice, I knew this was going to be one of the most interesting places I would ever visit. In the last video, we explored a city that had a Muslim quarter, but this city is entirely Muslim. And as per usual, we're gonna start off by trying some of the local cuisine. Let's go. 你好，这个，谢谢，谢谢。This is the traditional local breakfast of this region. It has eggs, milk, and fermented rice with some goji berries on top. And I'm assuming it's the fermented rice that I see kind of floating around in this, what looks like gelatinous goop. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I've never tried anything like this before, so let's give it a go. You know, it's not bad, actually. I thought it was going to be worse, because I smelled it earlier, and it smelled kind of like fermented and sour, and that's just not the kind of thing I want first thing in the morning. But it has a undertone of sweetness to it that I really like, actually. Let me try one of these goji berry raisins. They're mildly sweet as well. They must grow in this region. Never had goji berry raisins either. It's not bad. It's really not bad. I give it a solid 6 to 7 out of 10. Not bad. Now we're in the heart of the old city, and I think we've stumbled across our very first mosque. Look at this. Wow. So, based on what I know about Chinese mosques, that is probably the minaret in beautiful traditional Chinese style. It's just gorgeous. Probably pretty old too, if it looks like this. And look at these guys. Ooh, cute little camel. Somebody even put a hat on this guy. Linxia was a major stop on the Silk Road, and that's originally what brought Islam to this region. From the traders who came from the Middle East and Persia, when they traveled here, they also brought their religion. And I'm pretty sure this part of the old city has been more or less preserved since the time of the Silk Road, so I'm expecting to see some pretty old stuff. I'm excited. Ni hao. Wow. The architecture is amazing. Look at this. It's like every alley you turn down, there's some gorgeous old mosque with a beautiful minaret. It's stunning. Walking through here, I feel like I've stepped back at least a few hundred years, if not 1,000 or more. With the narrow alleyways, the tiled roofs, the stone carvings into doorways, the wood, and just all the imagery. All right, this one looks really beautiful, so I think I'm gonna try to go in. Wow, the colors in here are just spectacular. Look at those bright greens, reds, blues, yellows, and all the imagery too of the lotus flowers, dragons, fruits, and even some ancient Chinese paintings. And at first, you guys might want to tell me, Emily, you're crazy. Those are probably just Chinese Buddhist temples or Confucianist temples. But then you see the 3 balls on the tops of these buildings and the crescent moons. And you know it's a mosque. Just imagine that this place was standing here hundreds, if not over 1,000 years ago. Must have just been a surreal experience. I mean, this place is truly majestic. The fusion of traditional Chinese imagery with Islam is just something I won't get tired of seeing, honestly, I think. It's so unique. And if you notice the people walking around here, they're wearing a variety of different head coverings. The woman who just passed me, for example, wears this really tall, almost fez-looking hat that's like bright pink. And basically that signifies that she's the matriarch of her family, which is something I've never seen anywhere else. Super unique to this Hui ethnic group of Muslims here in this part of China. And I just noticed this. This family's home has its door open just a crack. And I wonder if that's common here. Like, I wonder if people are just more trusting in this region because it's not a big city, doesn't have that large of a population. Maybe it's the traditional culture to be more open to visitors and be more community oriented. Here's another house with its doors just wide open. Look at that beautiful courtyard they have. Wow. But there's actually a sign towards the entrance of this place that tells tourists in English and Chinese not to just enter any residences or places uninvited. And I'm guessing it's because people have a tradition of leaving their doors open. And I guess there aren't that many ways to enter or exit this old Silk Road alleyway area, because I've only seen a couple of these big gates. Like, for example, we started here, and now... Oh, we've only made it here. We only walked down one alleyway. I guess we should head back in and do a little bit more exploring.
Yeah.
See what else we can find. I mean, this is all very pretty, but it just feels kind of dead. I don't know why. There aren't that many people out. There aren't that many stores open. It's strange. Quite the contrast to the modern sides of China we've seen in the other big cities. Really a huge contrast. And apart from that really unique hat that woman was wearing, most of the men here are either wearing a really tight-fitting cap, like this guy walking behind me, both of them actually, or kind of like a tall cap, almost like a fez, and the women are wearing beautiful hijabs. Some people are still rushing through like it's Silk Road times. Like they've got some orders to fulfill. Wow, this really is a large number of mosques in a pretty concentrated area. I'm starting to see why they call it the little Mecca of China.
One of the questions people always ask me is how I can be so comfortable visiting places with vastly different cultures where I don't know anyone or even speak the language. Well, the truth is, it didn't come naturally to me at all. I'm actually an introvert, and for a long time, I would get so nervous traveling and walking around with a camera. It attracted so much attention, and that really freaked me out. I was so frustrated that my fear might be the thing that would hold me back from my dreams of traveling the world and showcasing different cultures. I tried everything I could think of for months to get over it. Meditation, just pushing through it, and nothing was working. When I visit places like the one in this video, where the community is so closed and foreign, with everyone seeming to be suspicious about why I'm walking around with a camera, I remember this old feeling because I still do get a little nervous. It turns out the reason why I was so anxious to film was because I wasn't feeling safe. And in order to get past the fear, I needed to work out some things from my past. I would have never thought to explore my past to solve a current seemingly unrelated problem in my adult life unless I had gone to therapy. BetterHelp, the paid partner of this video, has been the most effective way to work through the things holding me back and build new skills to react to situations differently. It's all online. I can take my therapist with me wherever I go rather than being reliant on a physical office. And my therapist is credentialed with the knowledge to help me with a variety of challenges, but also support me and listen to things I wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable about opening up to with anyone else. If you're looking to move past old habits and build better peace of mind for yourself, therapy is an excellent resource that I recommend to all my family and friends. To get started with BetterHelp, you'll fill out a questionnaire and be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. And you can always switch therapists at no extra cost if they aren't the right fit. Get 10% off your first month of therapy on BetterHelp by clicking the link in the description or going to betterhelp.com/20camels.
This is the modern side of the city. As you can see, it's nothing like the other mega cities we've been to so far in China. This place is definitely much smaller and I think not as wealthy. They don't have the same level of infrastructure as a lot of the other major cities we've been to. It's definitely more lively on this side of town though. And there's another mosque off in the distance there. They really are everywhere. This mosque seems to be a bit more in the Islamic style, with the two obvious minarets towering above. Less of that traditional Chinese fusion, making it look like a temple. First one we've seen like this. And it's pretty sizable too. That's a pretty big prayer hall. You can really see how the Hui ethnic group is the majority here, because I would say more than 50% of the people I've seen are wearing some kind of Islamic headgear, whether it's men or women wearing the hijab. They're not afraid to wear it. They're very open about it. I honestly don't know if we're going to get anybody to interact with us here though, because it seems to be a pretty conservative, closed community. They're not as outgoing as the Chinese people have been in the other cities we've been to so far. So I don't know if that's because it's a Muslim community or if it's just the culture of the more northern regions of China. Everyone's polite though. Nobody's been rude or anything.
Amy,
Huh.
this is interesting. A book about Muslims in Gansu.
Oh, a book about Muslims in Gansu. That's this province. We got Chinese and Arabic. Ni hao. Wow, I can't read any of this, but that's super interesting. And they have all kinds of things in Arabic. They've got the prayer beads. They've got some kind of flags. And this guy. Salimu. Assalamu alaikum. Shishi. Salam. And now we are on our way to a very controversial mosque. And I'll let you know why in a second.
You don't want to film them.
Who?
This guy.
So we were just told not to film in there, and the guy pretty much kicked us out. So let's go. I'll tell you guys more about the place once we get out of here a little bit. So that structure was what they call a Gongbei in Chinese, which roughly translates to Islamic shrine. And basically the structure houses somebody's tomb, somebody who's believed to be related in some kind of way to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It's often a pilgrimage site. People will come from all parts of China, especially around the region, I think, to go and pray there, ask for blessings, or just receive some kind of purification. And I've seen this in other parts of the Muslim world, like in Tunisia, for example, they have similar things. It's controversial everywhere you go because a lot of people will say that it goes against the religion because you're praying towards somebody other than God. It belongs to this sect of Islam called Sufism, who are a little bit more spiritual, and they don't exactly prescribe to like the mainstream Islamic sects. When we were there, I did hear people chanting, you know, like singing and chanting, which is also a part of the Sufi sect of Islam. And so I'm wondering if we just got turned away from filming because the place is controversial in general, or if they were doing some kind of ritual there or something like that. Who knows? We'll never know. But interesting place, a bit cut off for us though. Now, we're going to try another signature dish from this place. I don't know its name, but yeah, this is the place. So let's go in. Ni hao. Hello. Ni hao.
你好，这边点餐。
Lao Chao.
老炒
Lao Chao.
OK。
So I guess this is the traditional tea here. And they're making sure that we have a lot, I guess. Shishi. So I put it in there. Okay. I guess I put this stuff into the thing. Gonna put some loose leaf tea in here. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna be a strong one or not. Shishi. I have no idea what any of this stuff is, but it looks good.
So the thing that I saw other people do in here, to drink the tea without getting the stuff in their mouths, is putting the lid on it this way, and then they drink it. Still too hot.
This dish is called lao chow, which was super easy to remember. And it's basically flat noodles that they cut up into medium-sized pieces with some kind of meat on top. It's either going to be beef or lamb because every place in this city is definitely going to be halal. And they've also got some vegetables on top, some peppers. They've got some mushroom over here. It honestly smells really good too, so I'm excited to try it. Let's try the meat first. Juicy, well spiced. Let's find out if this thing is spicy or not. It's definitely very juicy. Moderately spicy. Not very much though. It also has kind of like a, I don't know, a venison-y taste to it. Almost like wild animal taste, which is interesting. I don't know if I love it, but tastes very raw. All right, let's give this tea a try, the Ghazi way. It's a bit herby for my taste, but if you're into that, I'm sure it's good. Like everything else here, it feels very earthy, very naturey.
Before we continue with the rest of this video, I do want to tell a quick story about something kind of scary that happened to me in this village. So this was probably the most frightening thing that happened to me during my entire trip in China, and it kind of preyed upon my fears of being in the more Muslim regions of China, and I had a run-in with the cops basically at night, and I'll give you all the juicy details if you want the full story on my Patreon, which I'll put a link to up here. Other than that, let's get back to the video.
This store sells kind of interesting stuff. Some like fur vests. I feel like that would help keep me warm in this weather because it's freezing. It's like -4 degrees Celsius, 24 degrees Fahrenheit. It's pretty cold. And we've got some interesting birds in here. I just saw them while walking down the street. Interesting. A lot of stuff I've never seen before in this part of China. These fur vests though, they do look very enticingly warm. And I gotta believe they're real too. I think these people are packing up now, but let's see what they're selling. Oh, they've got some kind of sweet things over here.
You wanna try something?
Yeah, I wanna try one of those.
Okay.
一个
称的日料10块钱，
一个
日斤40块。
I don't know. Can we have this one? 这个 Okay, 谢谢。
谢谢。
It looks like some kind of milk ball maybe? Is it milk?
Sweet.
It's sweet. It's good. It's kind of sticky though. It's hard too to chew into. Like when you chew on it, it breaks and then it gets stuck to your teeth. I don't think we can get it.
No. This one I think would be good.
This one or this one? Yeah. It looks like it has peanuts in it. 这个
买上2个嘛。
Okay, 好。
这个有了，这个有了。
谢谢。
12块，12块。这个是，这个，哎，对了。
好，谢谢。Okay, so whatever he said was 11.
谢谢。
谢谢多谢。谢谢。Bye bye. And this woman is selling a bunch of the hats that you'll see the men wearing. Some of them look lighter, some of them look more hardy for the winter. Keep your ears warm and your head, keep the heat from escaping. And I don't know what these are. But I've seen a lot of people selling them. Maybe they're insoles to help cushion your feet. They've got full face masks, Ghazi, if you want to get one of those with the eyes cut out. And then they've got a really fancy hat over there. It's like black and it's got some kind of like golden thread thingy around it. They're really interesting, but you won't see just anybody wearing them. So I don't know if it's a special occasion hat or what, but I like it. I like the diversity of colors and patterns that people wear as their hats here. It's really cool. All right, let's try the thing that we betted on being good. It also looks like it's gonna be sticky though. It is, but it's good. It's got a bunch of peanuts inside and some kind of caramelly nougat. It's super good. It tastes like kind of like a Snickers a little bit. It's really good. And doesn't get stuck in your teeth that much. Good bet. Honestly, guys, this was a challenging video to film. This community is pretty closed, so if you enjoy what I do and you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and support me by donating to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships below. Alright guys, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Whoosh.